over, everybody, and now it is time for fall sports to officially kick off. We here are very excited at the Just Like Bruddas podcast because today is the first day of fall sports. You are coming here watching this Monday, what is it, August 20th?
18th.
Okay, yeah, I never know what the date is.
Excuse me, it's the 19th, my fault.
Oh, it's the 19th.
Yes, I don't know the date. We don't know the dates.
We don't know the dates. Okay, so yeah, first day of fall sports. Everybody have a great injury-free season.
Yes, that's what we're praying for. Yep.
It's for some people it's their last ride. For some people it's the start of a great journey through high school athletics, and for some people it's part of another chapter of high school athletics for them. So this week though we got a very special show. Of course, I am Kai Jones. That is
Leica BB.
Yes, and we
Kai Jones to some other people, to some coaches around the area.
Yeah, that's why we call it the Just Like Bruddas podcast. But anyway, this week really our main thing is going to be talking about football. Last week we told you who the conference winners were going to be, so you of course can go check that out on the YouTube channel. Of course, a shameless plug. We enjoy shameless plugs.
Yep, for sure.
But this week, we're going to give you our picks for every single high school football game in week one.
From our two coverage areas.
From our two coverage areas. Mm-hmm. So I think what we have, 24 games total?
Yep, I think that's the number, Kai.
Right, so
it's a lot of games.
Yeah.
We're going to pick them. We're going to be right. We're going to be wrong, but hopefully you continue to listen to the show. There's probably going to be a lot wrong with
Probably a lot more wrong than right.
We went bold. There were some we definitely agreed on. There were some we disagreed on a little bit.
We took a good hour, hour and a half talking about what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. And we are going to, of course, have a rapid pick, of course. So we're going to go through the first 22 games, about 30 seconds. We're going to give you our winner, give you our score, our reasoning, just really quickly. And then we're going to have a short segment where we're going to talk a little bit about games of the week, the two games that we think are going to be the best games in our prospective coverage areas. So I guess let's go ahead and get it started right here.
Let's rock.
First game, Spring Creek Triple S. Two teams trying to erase a very painful history of losing. And for me, I went big for Triple S. If you've been following this show, you know I drink the Triple S Kool-Aid. I think what they've built, and I think that they have built it very well. A good winning season is on the way, so give me to start off with a win. I think they said this is the first time they will be started off with a win. I think over 10 years, I think they said. So give me Triple S 32-14 to start out. And Leica, what do you think?
I have 28-12 Smithfield-Selma. I'm sure you heard in our last episode in the conference previews about their record in this decade. Kai has been on Smithfield-Selma for all summer. Of course, they're part of the Building Block series.
Right. Go check that out on the YouTube.
Yes, another shameless plug. Woo!
Sweet plug.
But I think the Spartans are going to get this first game here.
Okay.
Spring Creek, I'm sure they're going to get a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Those kids they're very tough out there, and they're going to play with a lot of heart this season, and surely they're well coached, of course. But I'm going to take the Smithfield-Selma Spartans 28-12.
All right, now Princeton, Pamlico County, meeting between two very good 1A teams. I will go Princeton 28-18. Pamlico County lost Lamont Murray, which is one of the best players in all of 1A last year, and they lost their state the coach who really turned around their culture.
Coach Tori Noel is now at New Bern High School.
New Bern, and we're going to talk about New Bern because they play Goldsboro.
We'll get to that in just a second.
So now 28-18, Princeton. Princeton's returning a lot. Their system is really a big pound you out type of game. So give me Princeton.
I like that Bulldogs pick, but I'm going to respectfully disagree with you and go with the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes do return some key cogs in the running game. Obviously, yes, Lamont Murray is a huge loss.
Savon Tutt is still
there. Will Lovick is still there. Jaquez Jones is still there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 28-20 Pamlico County.
Okay.
I think they're going to be just fine. they're going to find a way to get the win over Princeton. But Princeton's going to have a good season, so be on the lookout for them.
Not far away is another WJG coverage area game, of course, which will be Goldsboro versus New Bern. On the road for Goldsboro. Of course, tough news for Goldsboro. They lost their starting quarterback to a broken collarbone. Don't know when he'll be back, if he'll be back this season.
Wishing him a speedy recovery,
of course,
for sure.
That's a terrible way to start off the season. But I think that they'll still fight and scrap. But I'll give Torrey Knowles' team the opening win, 21-12, New Bern.
I like New Bern 30-14.
Okay.
New Bern is, as we just mentioned, coached by former Pamlico County Regional Champion Torrey Noel.
He turns programs around.
I think New Bern had a very rough season last year. They could not have hired a better person to take that job and try and turn around that program, and I think he's going to do that. I'm not sure how quick it will be, but be on the lookout for the Bears. The Bears are going to be good in the next few years. So 30-14 New Bern over Goldsboro for me.
All right, now Kinston, Farmville Central. Of course, this is
here we go, my area. Yeah,
right here. I am going 22-8 Kinston High School. Don't think it's going to be a very good start for Farmville Central, but I think the Vikings will kind of start off 1-0. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a good game for them to kind of start getting adjusted to life without Kieran Hooker and without
Jaquil
Jacobs and B.J. Luter and Justin Holloway.
Yep.
But I think they'll do enough to be able to win 22-8.
I agree. I'm going 20-16 Kinston. I did see Farmville Central this past weekend, Friday night at the Tarboro Football Jamboree. They played with a lot of effort. They have a new coach, Coach Rhodes. I think they're going to put up a good fight against Kinston. They did last year as well. It was a real close game last year.
28-20?
Yes. But I'm going to go with Coach Gieselman and the Vikings to get the win. 20-16 is going to be. I think it's going to come down to the last drive, in my opinion.
All right, and now we're going to kick it on over to East Columbus versus North Lenore. 1A school versus 2A school. Really like what I saw from North Lenore at their scrimmage at the Muddy Waters Jamboree. Shout out to Triple S people for the hospitality. It was a great event. Looking forward to it next year.
Yes, sir.
I have North Lenore going 28-12.
I got 24-14 North Lenore. I think they're due for a win. They got close a couple times last year. They're running a new offense, the Wing T, under head coach Jim Collins. North Lenore. Give it to them.
What, you got 24-14?
Yes, 24-14.
Gotcha. Making sure. All right, South Lenore now. South Lenore versus North Duplin. We're going to go 20-18 North Duplin. That's what I'm going with. North Duplin returning a lot. South Lenore, I think, is going to have a really good season, but I'm still going North Duplin.
They are going to have a good season, which is why I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win 21-16. The Blue Devils under head coach Jeremy Joyner, they looked really good in practice when I saw them a couple times at the beginning. But the big time starts now. It's time to prepare, and I think the Blue Devils will win.
All right, shout out Jeremy Joyner, Southern Wayne alum. Now let's go to, we are at Fight versus Rose. I am going J.H. Rose 35-20, drinking the J.H. Rose Kool-Aid, having them winning the 3A, 4A Eastern Carolina Conference. But I think they start off 35-20 over Fight.
I got 42-27 Rampins. They're going to have a big season this year. They looked really good at the Tarboro Football Jamboree.
All right, now to a game of losing streaks. Of course, Lejeune, they're on a 33-game losing streak. They're going to travel to Jones Senior, who's on a 23-game losing streak.
Someone's streak has to end.
Streak is losing, so thank God for one of those teams. I'm going to go Lejeune 14-12.
I got the Jones Senior Trojans under new head coach Tyler Hale. Okay. They 12-6. The numbers are really low for them this year in terms of bodies, but I think they're going to find a way. They're just going to find a way.
Right. I'm going to go. Let's see. Next we got Perquimans. Otherwise, it's actually Perquimans. The first time I ever saw Perquimans, I call it Perquimans. Yeah.
And who they play?
WITN, of course, laughed me out. So Perquimans versus Northside. I'm going Northside 30-8.
I agree with you on that pick. 26-6 Northside. They had a tough season last year, but I think they're going to find a way to get this first win.
All right, and let's see. Washington goes to North Pitt. I think it's going to be a really tough season for North Pitt. I think Washington is much improved, and I think they're going to make a big statement here, 35-6. I want to say this is the biggest win I think I have this week.
I have 20-0 Washington. Head coach John Blank has a really good team coming back, like you said. And I think it's their offensive coordinator, Perry Owens, talked about the Eastern Carolina 2A Conference as a one-touchdown league. So they're going to have to start getting wins early so that they can prepare for the conference schedule.
Right, of course, now to Rocky Mount Prep versus Arundel Parrott. 11-man team versus an 8-man team. Of course, they're going to play an 11-man game.
Yep.
Arundel Parrott's lost a lot, but Rocky Mount, they were only 2-9 last year. So give me Arundel Parrott 20-14.
I like that score.
Home.
That's a good score. I'm going to go with a 23-10 Patriots.
Okay.
Very well coached squad. I think they're going to get another 11-man win. And they're going to play another 11-man game next week.
Right. So now we go to Conley traveling to Northeastern.
That's going to be a
That's
real
a nice
big
little
game.
haul. And last year, I think Conley, they lost. Actually, I know they lost.
It's 42-34 to Northeastern.
Of course, Northeastern, they beat them, and then it started a nice ride to the
State championship game, 2A.
State championship game. I really think that Northeastern, it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period after losing Trevon Freshwater and Aaron Harris on offense. And I think Conley has a little bit more coming back. So I'm going 32-22 DH Conley, trying to get that revenge from last year.
I agree. I'm going 35-30 Vikings. They have Nick Hamilton back, their starting quarterback. Panda Askew as well defensively. Matthew Rostar is a name you're going to be hearing about this year.
Right.
Wide receiver that just finds a way to get open. Solomon Beast of the East. Head coach Nate Connors are going to have a good season for sure. So I'm going to go with Conley.
All right, now we're going to go Pungo Christian versus Bethel Christian. They're going to be traveling to Bethel Christian, actually, 8-man game. Bethel Christian is predicted to win their state title in the 1A.
8-man, division. I think, the low division 8-man.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go 56-30 Bethel Christian. I think they start off with a big win.
I like that pick. I'm going with Bethel Christian as well, 48-27. Love Pungo Christian, that treat people with a lot of hospitality out there. Love Coach Keach and the squad out there. But Bethel Christian's out for revenge. They want to avenge what happened in the state playoffs last year after they blew a 20-0 lead and lost in the semifinals. So
right.
this could be the start of a revenge tour of some sort.
Right. Now we go to Grays Creek versus traveling to South Johnston. I really, Grays Creek, they 7-5 last year. Mm-hmm. From what I saw, they didn't lose a lot. Normally a pretty good football team. South Johnston lost a lot on offense. I'm going 33-28 Grays Creek.
I'm going to go South Johnston 27-21. I do agree with all the things you said, but I think South Johnston's going to find a way to pull out that game.
Right.
And they're at home, so yeah.
Well, yeah, being at home always helps. And of course,
yes, for sure.
South Johnston, they travel some of the best fans in the entire state.
For sure.
And, probably maybe the best fans in Johnston County. I think.
You might make some other fan bases mad, Kyle. Relax.
All right, yeah, we're going.
Let's keep on moving.
Corinth Holders travels to Millbrook.
Johnston County.
And that is, two teams trying to bounce back after, losing seasons.
Yep.
I am going to go with Millbrook 24-12.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Triangle Squad as well, 22-8. I'm with it.
All right, let's see. Red Springs, a playoff team last year, travels to North Johnston. Mm-hmm. I think North Johnston, what Coach Barnett and them are doing, I think that they are going to have a really good football team this year, and I think they started off with a win 21-20 North Johnston. 17-14
North Johnston for me. I think it comes down to a kick.
North
Johnston has a very good kicker for 3. I'm going to go with North Johnston. I think being around the squad this week with them, they really want to win some games.
Right, and I like what I saw from them in their veer. Coach Holland, he does a great job. Mm-hmm. Very young coach, coached at ECU. Mm-hmm. And I think that he has, I think he's going to have them score enough points to be able to win some games this season and get to the playoffs.
For sure.
Let's see. Cleveland travels to Southern Durham.
Cleveland is going to be a problem, but that's a tough test to start.
A good tough test to start for a team who's lost a good bit on offense. Mm-hmm. But I like Skylar Lockley. I think he's going to be just fine with that offense, especially with Corn Artist, Marion Hampton. All those weapons and stuff like that. I think he'll be just fine. 40-28.
I like that score. I'm going to go 38-30 Cleveland. They looked really good at that CBA Jamboree. Yeah. They're going to be a problem this year. Be ready. They could be going on a big run this year.
They're usually a team who wins a lot of football games, and I don't think transfers and graduation is going to stop that now. Coach Riley, he runs a really good program.
Oh, for sure.
Of course, their building blocks is coming out.
Shameless plug!
Shameless plug. We always love shameless plugs.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And now to one of the absolute games of the week in the entire state. Other than, maybe Tarboro, Rocky Mount, which is going to be one of the best games in the East.
Yeah, obviously that's a game we can't really pick because it's out of both of our areas. But that game is going to be, as the kids say, a movie.
A movie.
But we're talking. Yes.
Now we're going to keep it moving, though, to Clayton versus Richmond.
Big time game. That is too good for a week 1 matchup. That's like a November matchup.
Yep, that is two teams who are going to be competing for state championships.
They're going to have a good shot, both teams. Yes. Yep.
And I'm going to say Clayton is going to make a big statement win here, 34-30, of course, and one of I think will be a statement win for a state title type playoff run, possibly.
I like that, but I'm going to go with Richmond County. That's a team at home, week 1. I think they want to impress their fans. I think it's going to be a really good game. Clayton's going to put up a really good fight. 28-22 Richmond, though. Richmond
Gotcha.
County.
I don't think the comment nation will be too mad about that one. West Johnston versus Harnett Central. I've actually heard some really good things about West Johnston and what they're doing down there. So I'm going to go West Johnston 25-12.
I'm with it. I'm going to go 20-10 West Johnston. I think they're going to start off with a statement win.
Gotcha. Now Southern Wayne versus Bedingfield, 318 versus 218. They're going to Bedingfield. So I think I'm going to go Southern Wayne just because I really like what I saw in their defense. Their quarterback, he's able to escape. I haven't heard a lot of good things about Bedingfield, so I'm going to go 20-16 Southern Wayne.
I'm going to go with the Saints 17-12. Met Coach McClary at Media Day for the Eastern Carolina 3A, 4A conference. He's very confident in his squad this year, and I think they're going to win some games, and this will be one of them.
Of course, another game going on in Wilson. Eastern Wayne travels to Hunt.
Battle of the Warriors. Yeah.
Of course. Now, I think Eastern Wayne will actually get this one. I think Eastern Wayne gets it 19-16 to start it out.
Yep. Leander Oates and his squad will get the win 16-8, but no matter what, it's guaranteed that the Warriors will win in some way.
Very striker humor. Anyway, Southside will travel to Aiden Griffin, two of your teams. I am going Aiden Griffin 49-24. I think the Chargers are winning the 2A Eastern Carolina Conference. We both actually think that.
Yep.
I think that they're going to have one of the best seasons in the 2A, and I think they're going to get a very high playoff seed. And I think this is the first statement that they're going to make.
Yep, I'm with it. 37-27 Chargers. Got a lot of love for the Southside Seahawks out there with head coach Jeff Caro and the whole crew. But it's Paul Cornwell and the Chargers are going to get this win to start, and they're going to be very good. Look out for Michael Webb.
Yeah. And now, of course, we have a new segment that we're going to start here every week. Strikers Game of the Week. Of course, Strikers Game of the Week is this week is going to be Green Central versus South Central.
Yep, I'll be out there Friday night.
Going to the Falcons. Do they have a name for this? What is it?
Is the Rams versus the Falcons? Oh, the rivalry?
No. I thought they have a little Falcon pin or something like that.
At the Falcons Nest?
Is it the Falcons Nest?
Yeah, I think it's the Falcons Nest. But yes, nonetheless, Strikers Game of the Week is first of all, I have to explain it a little bit. Striker is a nickname I got in high school because people couldn't say my name right, and people still can't say my name right. So it was just a name that kind of stuck before I started playing high school soccer at my former high school, Westchester Country Day. So it's stuck on ever since 2010. So
nice.
Leica the Striker. That's a way you can remember my name. But to the game of the week, the Green Central Rams under new head coach Jay Wilson will have a lot of really good players coming back. A lot of players that they did lose, but a player to watch for them is a Knowledge Branch.
Yeah, he's big time.
He's a problem at running back. I'll tell you.
He's a PTP or prime time.
Yeah, for sure. And he's going to have a big season for the Rams to have a lot of success. They're going to play South Central Falcons under head coach Andy Tu.
Right.
They went undefeated in the regular season, got the number 1 seed in the playoffs, but lost to Southview by 1 point.
Right.
They finished 11-1. Unfortunately, it was a rough ending for a team that had a lot of talent that they lost. But players for them to watch, I would say for sure Justin Humphreys and Jacob Jefferson, 2 kids that are going to be really big for them. But in terms of my game prediction,
last year this game came down to Jeremy Lewis, touchdown catch.
Yeah, it came right. Yeah,
18-14.
Jamie Lewis was now at ECU tight end. Yep.
Is he a tight end? I thought he was going to play. I thought he was going to play on the defensive line.
Well, he's listed as tight end from what I remember.
But we'll see.
But we will see.
Anyway, last year it ended so dramatically. With South Central winning 18-14 at Green Central. I think this is going to be a really tough opening game for for Green Central. But for me, I think the Rams, I think they put up a good effort, and in Jay Wilson's first game, of course, I think they'll be physical. They're going to run the ball a lot.
It's going to be kind of like how Jay Wilson is as a person,
Yeah.
He's someone that wants them to hit hard. They're going to be a run-first team. They're going to pound that rock, and they're going to try and be a bully. That's what they're going to try to do to the Falcons.
Right, and I have Green Central winning South Central winning 24-12.
I like that score. Strikers game of the week prediction for me: the Falcons will defeat the Rams 19-14. It will kind of be like how it went last year in terms of a close game. Might come down to a defensive stop or like the last drive. You know what I mean?
Right, of course. Now on to our next new segment,
the WJG game of the week.
Of course, the Little River rivalry. CB Aycock versus Rosewood. Rosewood traveling to CB Aycock, 1A school versus a 3A school. This is a big rivalry in Wayne County.
Yes, it is.
And I'm excited to see how it plays out. Of course, I'll be traveling to 2 games every week this year. I'm going to start out at Spring Creek versus traveling to Triple S. Then I'm going to run on over to, drive on over to Rosewood versus CB
that's a lot of exercise for you, buddy.
So for the second half, and I'm going to go, really both teams had really good seasons in respect to where, considering their conferences and considering, what they did in the playoffs. When you look at CB Aycock getting back to the playoffs for the first time, I think 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. Steve Brooks, I think he is one of the best coaches in this area as far as the WJG area.
And thank you to him for their hospitality as well.
Thank you for them for the Aycock Jamboree hospitality.
Thank you.
And then, when you consider that last year they were able to win 2 games without their starting quarterback, Clay Matthews, who's coming back this year.
I've heard a lot of very good things, and he's very good.
He was on the way to a really good season. They got Tay Jackson coming back in the backfield, who's predicted to be as one of the best players in the 3A, 4A Eastern Carolina Conference. So for me, I really like Aycock. Even though Rosewood is coming off being just a game away from the state title last year in their playoffs, losing, on a 4th and goal to Pamlico County. Of course, Rosewood is, they've lost a little bit, but I think Aycock will ultimately get the win here, 28-20.
I like that score. I'm going to go 20-13 CB Aycock. I think they're going to take a close game. I think it'll be a defensive game.
Right.
that Matthews will win with his arm in some way. I think that'll be the big difference offensively on both sides. Rosewood is going to have a good year, but I think CB Aycock is also going to surprise some teams in that 3A, 4A Eastern Carolina Conference. But yeah, I'm going to take CB Aycock 20-13.
All right, well, I guess that wraps it up for our show now. Of course, we're going to be back here next week. We're going to probably be doing a few more picks, not as many. Of course, we're going to keep the game of the weeks. Of course, we're going to go ahead and make the announcement here. What is it that we're doing on Saturday?
We're going to do a rapid reaction show. We're going to
all the games.
We're going to react to our games of the week. We'll give our thoughts on Green Central versus South Central.
And of course, we'll tell you who won, who lost, maybe some thoughts, from what we read from other reporters around the state. Of course, we'll be right back here telling you about that stuff come Saturday. Just letting you know kind of what we thought, what it's looking like. Kind of really basically being our kind of a football show. So that way every week we're not having to go through these picks every week. First games of the week of the year, we want, of course, to go through our picks and tell you. Next week, of course, we'll just go by and do our games of the week, and then we'll put up a graphic to show you guys what we picked for that week. I think that sounds good for us.
Always. Yep. That's what's up, man. I think it's going to be fun. This is going to be a great season.
It's going to be experimental. Something I tried to do last year, but this year I think it's going to be more. I think it's going to be better. Having Stryker, right here next to me doing what he's got to do. So I think we're going to go ahead and knock that out. Of course, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yep.
Follow us on IG. We are now over 250 followers.
Thank you so much.
Subscribers. We appreciate all the love.
Let's keep making some milestones.
Follow us on Twitter as well. We're now over 800 followers on the Twitter. So please keep on supporting us. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Anything else that you got to say really quickly?
You can follow Kai Jones on Twitter and Instagram at MMJ Kai Jones. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at StrikingNation24_, or for more high school sports coverage at LMA Preps on Twitter.
All right. That's our show for the week. Thank you for watching.
We're out.
Like Bruddas.
Yes, sir.